Hello and welcome everybody. So we all make choices in life. So let's say, just for an example, well, we all got things that we want to work on in life. But let's say, for example, that you were an alcoholic or semi-alcoholic or whatever, and you wanted to stop. So the person says, okay, well, I'm gonna stop drinking, and but at first I'll cut back a little bit, and then I'll drink on the main holidays, and maybe a little bit on the weekends, and all really. So what happens is this person really trying to quit drinking, just based on what I just said? So in other words, if you say that I am a non-alcoholic, now it switches over, because it's stating the fact. Before it's wishy-washy, it's but it goes back to our I am statements. I am a non-alcoholic, and apply this to any part of your own life, whether it's drinking or gambling or too much social media and all that. So the I am statement, what that's going to do is completely change the trajectory of your life. Basically everything that would have happened in 10, 20 years from now would have happened that way. But when you changed it, now the whole thing resets. It's almost like that whole string of dominoes is going to reset into a different ending because of the choice we made. And remember, decision, it comes from incision, which means to cut off from all other possibilities. So it goes back to, like, let the weak say I am strong. Our I am statements is changing and redirecting the world around us. So the thing is that all possibilities of your life, there's hundreds of billions or trillions or whatever different possibilities and different versions of your life that exist simultaneously. So basically, once we start making the right choices and decisions, is when we literally basically quantum jump, time jump, or whatever they're calling it, into the next reality. And this happens second by second, day by day. We're constantly leveling up to different realities on our way, almost like following the string of falling dominoes on the way to the choices or manifest or whatever we've made. So the healthy, wealthy, good version of yourself already exists, as long as you know that I am that. Basically, I am that I am. So as we increase our I am statements and know what we want through our manifest and visualizing, we're progressing through the levels of consciousness that we want to be at. I love y'all, and we'll see you on the next one.